Like, I don't have to be in this camera angle and do this, which takes, like, 5,000 years to turn. It's nice, but like I said, if you need immediate feedback on what the field is doing, yeah, that's not ideal. YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2001, aka the game that nobody cares about. It's so funny, but I want to play because I'm waiting to do the 2004 live stream, and I've played a bit of 2003. We're pretty caught up over there. So yeah, I would like to get back into this, make some progress, since we're much further along in those games now, where I feel like we're obviously getting super horses. I would like to get to that point in this game. I've never gotten to that point, so I want to see what it feels like. So we only have two horses. We have Scabbard Speed, our 3-year-old filly, who is our best horse so far, and then we have Mystery Knight. Mystery Knight is from Mystery Colt and Young Knight, and Scabbard Speed is from Pumpin' Speed and Scabbard. Now, it's amazing that my notes in this game are way more organized than both 2003 and 2004, especially when it comes to breeding. That's kind of funny. So, I don't even remember what we were doing last time. Scabbard Speed, she's still only C ranked. Mystery Knight's only D ranked. They're both fillies, but the good thing about Scabbard Speed, I can literally run her anywhere. So what's her growth type? Is she already peaked? Looks like she's already peaked. 12 races, 8 wins, 2 grade 1s. It's the best I've done with an original in this game so far. It's not saying much. We have a long way to go. But let's go ahead and look at Mystery Knight. Mystery Knight, her growth type, looks like she'll probably be peaking within a year. 1 win in 3 races. So, that's what we got going on for these two girls. Horses in this game cost quite a bit, like in Gallop Racer 3. So you can't really go crazy. You have to manage your jockey points, aka your money, pretty well. Alright, so they're both ready to go. So let's get Scabbard Speed into a race. What's her distance? 7 to 11. King Cup Autumn. Like, for sure, dude. For sure. Let's try to get a 3rd grade 1 for this gal. And then Mystery Knight. What are we going to do for you? 8 to 11 furlongs on, I think they're both turf, right? Grade 3 fantasy. Should be able to handle that. It's furlong shorter than her distance, but should be okay. Yeah, they're both turf horses. Do we have anybody in the shop that I can look at? Okay, just all fillies. Lucky Timing and Water Walking. And yeah, we could breed them just to try to get more horses, but then we're going to need colts, and we have no colts at all. So I'm assuming I'm saving money to find a really good colt. I think that's what I'm doing here. Using Scabbard Speed and Mystery Knight, these two fillies, to try to rack up as much money as we can within the next 6 months to a year. That way we can buy a really good quality colt and probably breed him with Scabbard Speed. Then we can, again, continue to try to build a stronger line. So, Scabbard Speed, not good chances here into the King Cup Autumn. 2 co-favorites, Chick Chaser and Dark Carol. Coffee Boost. Silly Hawk. Why are the names in this game so much more, like, creative than the later installations? It's like a completely different company within Tecmo worked on this Gallop Racer. You know what I mean? It's so different than the rest of the others in the series. I would say there's more similarities between this Gallop Racer 3, and Gallop Racer 2006. I would say 2003 and 2004 are just kind of in their own lane, respectively. So let's just go ahead and race. I'm not giving Scabbard Speed much of a chance today, but she's only a C-ranked horse. So yeah, maybe she is outclassed here. And great start for Scabbard Speed, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and send her to the front. Miraculously, I've remembered how to play this game, but that's only because the controls are similar to Gallop Racer 3, and we did a live stream about a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. They're really saying we have no chance today. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I just feel like Scabbard Speed's been pretty decent. I mean, she's won 8 races in her 12 starts, so that means I'm winning over 50% of the time with her. Yeah, I don't know, man. But like I said, I want to make progress. I want to see what it's like to make super horses in this game, because this is also another Gallop Racer on YouTube that like hardly anybody's playing. I know Genesis was, I think, in this game for a bit. So Genesis, if you're listening, I would love to kind of see you get back into this game. obviously. It's just nice to see you play the games that like nobody else is playing in the community. So, I didn't want to drift that wide, but I guess I didn't have a choice. Okay, here we go. Not gonna go on the whip yet. Now we're gonna go. Furlong and a half left to go. Scabbard Speed. We're currently gonna drop to third, maybe fourth. Still fighting strong. Yeah, fourth is not bad. I think for a horse that was still obviously a little bit outclassed. Thought the game was not taking her recent form into a question like always. But that's a good effort for Scabbard Speed. It's a money place finish. New record for Dark Carol, yeah. Kind of felt like we were flying. That was pretty fun, actually. So we finished in fourth place behind Dark Carol, Chick Chaser, and Silly Hawk to round off the trifecta. And then we finished in fourth for the Super. Not bad, not bad. We'll take it. So yeah, Scabbard Speed's got 2 wins at 8 furlongs. So I'm working on a mile champ title with her. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good race. I don't really know what the game was expecting us to do or whatever. What do I even have in the shop? Purchase. I mean, what category are we on? Top of USA? Like, look how much these dudes are. You know, like, that's what I mean. I'm not even in a position to afford a decent horse. And I don't want to continue to just buy, like, mediocre horses. Because this game is challenging. I'm playing on hard. So, it's not easy to win with mediocre horses like it may be in the other Gallop racers. Like, you really have to make sure you have a quality horse. Like, what is even our jockey data? I didn't. World Super Jockey Series. When did we win that? We have 58 wins and 238 meets. 24% win percentage. It's actually pretty high in real life terms. So yeah. Max wins I've had in a year is 12. That seems so low compared to our other games. And the only title I have is World Super Jockey Series. I vaguely remember winning that. That's kind of funny. Grade 1 data? Oh, it's just that. Yeah. There's still so many races we need to win. I just need better horses, bro. As soon as we get better horses, it's going to be a different game. Can promise that. But, again, yeah, I guess with Scabbard Speed, I'm in a weird place. Like, we need to win grade 1s, hopefully, just to boost her profile. And most importantly, if I can win the grade 1s at 8 furlongs, that'll get her a mile champ title. But I also just need to make sure we're winning races that we can get points. We need to at least get over 100K for me to get a decent colt to breed with her. And I think that would be worthwhile, but it's like I'm just sticking to one line right now. I'm not even in a position. But the thing is, here's what I want to do. If I can get a really strong kind of A-ranked horse from Scabbard Speed and maybe a really good colt, we can obviously use that really, really good foal after that to try to earn more money racing in the bigger races. Hopefully we'll be able to win them more, and then we'll be able to buy more horses in the shop, do more experimental breeding. That's kind of the goal. But you know, or I could just take the money we have now and buy more average horses and just continue to try to have a couple of families going. But we can also go bankrupt in this game, so we can't do that too much. We're up with Mystery Knight here in the grade 3 fantasy stakes, 7 furlongs on ZTF. It's a field of 11, and we're basically expected to finish like 8th. So, whatever. Our filly's 2 years old. She's still probably got another year or 2 to develop. We'll see how she goes. But yeah, I'm really excited actually just to see the progress of this game and the horses, and yeah, just how it feels once you get up to like the level that we're at now in 2003 and 2004. Like, I have no idea what to expect or what we're going to encounter. So yeah, this is I know this is not everybody's favorite game, but obviously you guys don't have to play, so hopefully you can just watch along as we try to get up there together. You guys are just the support as always, and I'm just going to try to do the legwork and see what happens. We'll get there. I'm not doubtful. Gonna hold. Let's go. All right. Good run here from Mystery Knight. Really good run. Really good run. Get her on the whip now. Furlong and a half left to go. She's still pushing through. Good run here for Mystery Knight. Should find ourselves in the top 3 if we can hold on. And top 3 finish, yeah. For what it's worth, I don't think our horses are terrible for this level. Like, certainly, doing a lot better than what the game is saying or predicting we should be finishing, which is always great. Because the game's always telling me I'm going to finish worse than I do. So, what's new? Yeah, Gotta figure this out, man. It's going to be quite tricky. Almost to the end of the year. Scabbard Speed's ready to go again. Yeah, she's definitely peaked. Her rating is dropping. Oh, man. This game is challenging. I get why nobody wants to play it. It is way more challenging than the other Gallop racers, because not only is it hard to accumulate points, enough points to get the really good horses, you also have to worry about not going bankrupt at the cost of your own horses and still trying to win enough to have decent results. Like, see if there's a grade 1 for her, but there isn't. Well, grade 2, Montreal Stakes, yeah, that might be better. Purse is only 2,800 or 6,000 for first. Gosh, I guess that's what I have to do. I just have to try to win grade 2s with her, because it's not that she can't win grade 1. She's won 2, but we need money. It's going to take us forever to get to where we need to get if I can't get the money. Mystery Knight. That grade 3 wasn't bad, but she still felt like she was kind of behind the 8 ball. We're going to put her in the Philly Cup because she's not ready for the Philly Cup. It's so tempting. I keep forgetting these are not good races to be putting my horses in because she's not there. She's not there for any of these grade 1s. Like, grade 3 against other fillies, maybe that'll be nice. Let's try that. Grade 3 Freedom Stakes. She finished 3rd, so if we can continue to try to keep that momentum and eventually get a win, that would be nice. But yeah, this game's challenging, man. Like, you have to make sure you're finishing in the top 3 or top 2 with all of your horses at least every week. I mean, every month, really, in order to keep your income in a positive flow and not a negative one, right? Because if you go a month without winning or placing at all, then you're actually losing money because you have to take care of your horses, and that cost comes out every month. So yeah, this game is challenging, man, for sure. But you guys know me. I do not run away from a challenge. I will not run away from a challenge. I'm like, game on, man. Okay, better odds today here with Mystery Knight. Game is giving her a little bit more respect. Maybe they've realized, oh, she's not actually a terrible horse. Like, I love seeing other horses run past us and just do this, just kind of the pre-warm-up, right before the race after the post-parade. Like, this is such an amazing feature. And actually, when I think about it, this is how the post-parade is done in Japan. The horses, once they obviously are out of the paddock and they hit the track, it goes through the post parade just like that. Some horses are just walking with their jockeys. Some are obviously doing a nice little warm up here. So that is pretty realistic. Okay, good start there for Mystery Knight. And I don't know what she's missing. I just feel like maybe it's the stamina. I think she's pretty fast if you have that right turn of foot, but I probably should be holding her longer. I think I started her a little bit too late in that last grade 3. She finished well, but she wasn't going to win. But granted, her odds weren't great, so maybe that had something to do with it. Yeah, the movement's so wonky in this game. It's so like left, right, I'm gonna hold her. Now let's go. I just want to see how she does if she goes on a really crazy spurt. Now she's looking strong. Furlong to go. She's got a really good run. Come on, Mystery. She's got a really good run. I think that's the key. That's the key right there. They're cutting it close, but that's going to be a win. Yes, it is. That's the key with her. I held her a little bit too long, but you see she had much more in the tank to have a really strong turn of foot there just to get by for that photo. And that, yeah, Mystery Knight. Beautiful. What a win. Great win. We needed that grade 3. So like I said, I think she's capable of winning grade 3s. I think that is her level. I think she's a grade 3 horse as of now. That's her 3rd win. Now this is actually a pedigree we've had since the beginning of the game. The Knights, NITE. We've had these horses for 4 or 5 generations now. I think she's 4th or 5th generation at this point. Maybe 3rd. Maybe 3rd. But 3rd at the least. 4th or 5th at the most. So this is a family we have going. Scabbit Speed is brand new because Pumpkin Speed and Scabbit were both in-game horses. So Scabbit is only a 2nd generation horse. Speaking of her, she's up here in the Montreal Stakes. Better odds. We could actually win. And that's the thing. I need to really focus on winning. Not just running in the higher staked races just because we can. We just don't have horses capable of winning those races consistently. I think Scabbit Speed has got to be a right place, right time, right field type of situation for her to get the win. And like I said, we need points right now. As much as I would love to get her a title is kind of worthless if I don't have enough points to get a really good stud to breed her with, right? And that's our main goal. Where does she want to be? I'm trying to get her in the blue. She's not. Okay, now she's comfortable. Alright. Just going to keep her to the rail then. Let's see how this goes. It's so tempting though, because like I know I've won 2 grade 1s with her at 8 furlongs, but she's also past her peak, so that might be a little bit more harder to do. Like if another 8 furlong grade 1 pops up, I'll see what happens. If she doesn't win it, then I'm just going to keep her in grade 2s. We need money more than just grade 1 wins. Okay, let's go. Okay, she's got a really good run. Let's see if she can push through. She's fighting. Come on, my girl. And we have a horse to the inside, really trying to run with us as well. Scabbit Speed, she's got a nose in front. She's got a nose in front, down to the line. We think we're just going to get it. We needed that desperately. And that's what I said. Like, she can win grade 2s for sure. I made that a little bit tough. And, again, I'm realizing I probably need to keep these horses closer to the front. Don't have them fall too far back. That way I can get them started a little bit after everybody else has. Until we know we have a horse that has the stamina. But Scabbit Speed, 2 close photo finishes right there. But we get the win. Where's the celebration? That's that. Okay. It's amazing. The animation in this game, to me, still looks a little bit more fluid. Like, the way the jockeys are bouncing, they don't look like that in the other Gallop racers. I just wonder what they did differently with this game from a coding and programming perspective. I'm sure I could do research, but who knows what's even out there as far as information on that. The lovely Cindy. Hello, hello. All right, so yeah, 9,200 points. We need it. That's what I mean. These are the type of months we need to have. If we can at least get 2 wins a month, yeah, we'll be able to probably accumulate at least over 100K or close to 100K by the end of the year, and that's heading into next year. So, I doubt we got an award. I'd be surprised if Scabbit Speed got one. Yeah, nothing, of course. Bojangles, horse. I feel like he's always getting Horse of the Year. That's what they're called. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Whatever. Jockey awards. How did I do? Probably not that great. 9th. It's only 7 wins, 1 place, and 17 meets. That's not bad, though. Again, my win percentage wasn't awful, but we only earned 40K this year. That's what I mean. Earning 40K is not enough. So that tells me I was focusing on the wrong races. I think more than just anything else. So we got to focus on races we can win because we need money. There's no sense in running in a grade 1 if we finish 4th, or putting a grade 3 horse in a grade 2 if they're going to finish like 5th or 6th, right? That does us no good. Okay, horses available. Yeah. I want a really, really, really good colt. I think it'll be worth it to save up to at least 100K to make sure we can get one. Scabbit Speed, she is 4 years old now. And I'm going to keep racing her until I feel like she's really starting to kind of fall off a cliff as far as her potential. So as long as she can still win, I'm going to keep racing her. Her spurt is fast as well, so definitely need to be mindful of that. So she'll probably be better in a more short-term explosive burst. I just noticed her cost dropped from 550 to 430. I didn't realize these horses in this game, and I don't know if it's the case with Gallop Racer 3 as well, but I didn't realize their cost drops as they also get worse. Alright. I want to keep her at 8 furlongs, so grade 3. Will she have a handicap here? Overclass for this race. Yep. That's what I thought. So can't run her in grade 3s. It's got to be grade 2s and up. Handicap here as well, I'm assuming. Just want to make sure. No. Interesting. Okay, so she has a handicap if she's running strictly against fillies. That's a G1 on the dirt. That's not ideal. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and run her in this grade 3. Purse, 4,300. Hey, if we can get her a win and maybe Mystery Knight gets one, that'll be close to 10K. Like I said, 5 to 10K a month would be ideal. 5 times 12, obviously, would put us at 60,000 at the end of the year if we could, you know, at least accumulate 5,000 points in earnings a week. 60K would double our current earnings and put us at around 120K. Of course, I'd prefer to have more than that. So we'll see what we can do. Mystery Knight, grade 3, yep. And grade 3s and grade 2s, I think that's all we should do with these girls for now. Because we need to win. That's what's important. That is the most important thing. Winning, winning, winning. Earning money. Now, I'll need to keep looking in the shop to maybe see if we can get a horse that's maybe not as expensive. But I think it'd be safe to be a little bit over 100K. That'll give us a little bit more spending power to make sure we can actually get a really good horse. Breed him with Scabbard Speed in the future eventually. And go from there. Because it would be a waste of time, I think, to breed that horse with the 2 mares that are back there now that are like mid-70s. I wouldn't want to waste that. If we have any extra money, like I said, I'll buy 2 mid-average colts and breed them just to give us a little bit more flexibility. But Mystery Knight up in this grade 3. Chances to win. As long as we're under 10 to 1, and we're within $3 to $5 of the favorite, I think that gives us a fair chance to win. It's full field of 14. Colts and fillies, 3 years old only for this race. Let's see how she does. Wah, 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 wah. God Mountain Stakes. Ready, go! Holy crap. What a start for Mystery Knight. As I do my best to imitate and emulate the Gallop Racer announcer. Ready, slow! Like... This is why I love Gallop Racer. It's such a fun but goofy game at the end of the day. You know, it's like you can't really take it 100% seriously ever. You really can't. Ready? Oh no! Like, what is... Oh, it's just so funny to me. Fast pace, 47-1 here. Keep Mystery Knight to the rail. Like I said, she certainly benefits from a later start. Okay, now we'll get her going. Now let's go. Inside trip. This is lovely. Really good trip here for Mystery Knight. We might be able to run away with this one. Nope. There's, that might be the favorite. It's not the favorite. The one horse just poking through. And second place, though. Hey, second place is good enough. That's still points. I think that'll be like 2,600. So that means this month we've at least earned... We earned over 5K. We got a win in the... Oh no, we didn't even do that other grade 3 yet. I'm bugging, but that's a good start. Yeah, that's a good start. No, we did win. I'm bugging. Rank up. I'm thinking about the race last year, not obviously the one I just put Scabbard Speed in. But we got to rank up here for Mystery Knight based off of that performance, so that's fantastic. 1,600 points. Okay. So, not as much as I thought. But still, that's what we need. We need those type of results. So, if I put her in a race, will it show me when she's in a blue or no? No, I have to actually just wait. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, cool. Let's actually see who's in the shop now. Eager Buster. 10 to 15 furlong distance horse. He's actually within our price range. And then there's USA. I can't even read that horse's name. It's like so blurry on my screen for some reason. 97 rated turf. You're only 2 points higher than this dude, who's a whole 30,000 less than you. Almost for the same distance as well. Huh. Eager Buster. Front runner. Slow spurt. What's the growth type? We'll peak at about 4, so we would only get a good year out of this guy. And would that be worth breeding him with Scabbard Speed? I mean, this is tempting. It's not the ideal horse, obviously, I'd want. But in regards for the price, nah, that's going to leave us too close. We need more money, man. I can't afford it. Then again, wait. What's our cost? Our cost for, nah, wrong thing. Scabbard Speed's cost is, 400. So she's 400 a month. And Mystery Knight's only 330. Okay, only 700. 770. Man, that's really tempting. I'm not going to lie. Just because that would give us a decent rated turf horse. At least with a 96 rating. Like, we're getting horses with higher turf ratings now. So 96 would be an improvement. His stats are okay. They're pretty much the same as Scabbard Speed. Beautiful gray, of course. You know, guys know I love the grays. Like I said, front runner, so we can control the pace, which is kind of nice. I mean, if we use him now, he'll peak within a year. We'll be able to breed him in Scabbard Speed pretty close to when they would both be retiring. This could help. I hope. This game is still RNG. Like, we could end up doing... I could buy this horse. We do everything with the racing. We retire him, retire Scabbard Speed, do breeding, and then the horse might not even come out great. And you guys know how I feel about reloading my saves, so... Oh, man. 10 to 15 furlongs as well, so he's an endurance horse. You see, I do like that. Let me look at Scabbard Speed stats now. Let me see. I know we can obviously wait to get something better, which is still ideal, but Scabbard Speed, she is going to be dropping soon as far as her stats, so... You take a 7 to 11 filly, breed that with a 10 to 15... Like, what are we getting there, you know? I don't even remember what Scabbard Speed was... what her highest turf rating was at her peak. It would be nice to have a colt like this now, but again, it's probably better for me to wait, right? It's only because he's in my price range that I'm considering it, obviously. If he wasn't, I probably wouldn't be giving this two thoughts. Good guts rating, braking, conditioning. His incline is not great, though, so I'm a little bit worried about that, especially as an endurance horse. With a slow spurt, oh, gosh, I'm going to go against my better judgment. I think I need to be a little bit patient, and we'll pass. Oh, yeah, our cost is only $730. Okay. So that's good, at least. I don't have to... I remember I had like 5 horses at a time, and that's why our cost really hurt us. So he's gone now. You see, this is a horse I would want. Yes, it costs $115K. 104 turf rating. What's the growth type? Okay. 1200 cost, though. I think that's what we're kind of looking for. So, what catalog am I in? Top of USA. Is that the highest? Yeah. I mean, these are S-ranked horses, so I suppose, like, we could always downgrade to, like, level A horses. Obviously, that's where Scabbard came from. You know, we don't want anything lower than A. But I think Top of USA would help. We have never gotten a horse from that level, so that's why I think that's still probably my best move. And hopefully we can just find a horse with a good price tag that'll put us in that window. We'll put her in an open. How much will she get for a win here? 1900? I mean, it's 2K. Like I said, wins are wins, man. That's what we need. That's what we need, so... We can accumulate 5K a week. Excuse me, a month. I keep saying a week. 5K a month. I think that gives us a chance to... Obviously, continue to increase our earnings. Get as close to 100K by the end of the year as possible. Alright, we're up with the Mystery Knight again. And, see, much better odds. She's a grade 3 to an open horse at best. Miss Knighty. Miss Knighty is, basically who our horse comes from down the line. That's why I'm saying Mystery Knight's at least third or fourth generation. And Miss 90, she was okay, obviously, for what it's worth. But obviously her daughter has much better chances here today. And yeah, let's try to get the win and continue to improve that eval. That's also what's important in this game. Getting really, really good results in the ideal races will obviously help your eval and help your horse progress. Yeah, she gets out really well. That's fantastic. So good braking, especially for a procedure. It's a must. But yeah, we just have fillies. We have two fillies in the barn that are, like I said, mid-70s. So I'm not going to do anything with them unless we find some really cheap colts. But is that worth it? I wonder if it is worth it. Just to find some cheap colts I can try to win opens with? I don't know. Breed those with those other two just to see. We get some more originals. Maybe we can get a colt, you know. I don't think it's a terrible idea, but we have to wait and see. Okay. They're going. Now we're going to go. Let's go. Okay, we have the rail here, and she has a really good turn of foot under a furlong and a half. So as long as she can close, we have a chance. Come on, Mystery Knight. She's trying, and I waited too long. That's annoying. Turn of foot wasn't quite the turn of foot there, was it now? Because that's certainly a race we could have won. She was catching that whole field. I just waited a little bit too long. I just don't want to burn her out too much with her stamina, like I did in the one race. So that's not great because that's only an open. You know, like that's a race I should have been able to win. So that's frustrating. But that's on me. I should have got her going a bit sooner. Up in a grade 3 here at Scabbit. Speed. This should... No. Long shot odds. Okay. I mean, she's carrying a handicap, yes, but... yeah. I guess I didn't really pay attention to the weight as far as what the rest of the other horses in the field would have. Like, I knew our handicap wasn't going to be like 157, but... yeah, 132 is still not ideal either. Oh, man. Yeah, this game is challenging, bro. This game is so challenging. But, I mean, every game, it starts off not easy, especially if you're playing on hard, and if you don't have great horses from the bat. If you have great horses, that always makes a difference. But if you're starting with, like, mediocre to, like, below average horses, that does make this game a lot harder. You know? It's always easier to play and to win if you have good horses, you know? Really see the challenge when you're on not so great horses. I want Scabbit Speed. Well, she's fighting well for a horse that has 20-1 odds. Come on, my girl. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Down the stretch they come. Scabbit Speed trying to make a run at the line. She's going to get second. If only you could bet on yourself in this game. She fights so hard, man. They both do. Her and Mystery Knight both. Man, what a race. 4 horses across the line there. And we're just going to get second place behind Final Boot. What an effort, though, for Scabbit Speed. Hey, that's points, at least. That's what we need. 103 eval. Yeah, that was a pretty awesome race, man. It's a good redeemer, for sure. But, like, it's a grind. I talk about the grind in the other games. It's really a grind here. See, rank down for Mystery Knight. That was not a good result. Still, we get points, but not a lot. Ugh. I just feel like I'm stuck in quicksand in this game, man. I mean, we're still increasing our funds, but it seems like it's happening at such a slow rate, doesn't it? We're already in March. Okay. Scabbit Speed. Let me double check. Her weight will be 127. That's 5 pounds less, but that's still not ideal. What about this grade 2? 125. What's the purse? 6,400. I know she can run that race. I'm just deciding if that's something easier for her to win. Now, grade 3 fillies. Will she have a handicap here? 128. I don't know. She'll probably weigh a little bit more than the other fillies, but I don't know what to do with her. You take a chance with a grade 2, but I have to feel confident that I can win this, and that's the thing. 3,500 plus for purse. You know, I'll try her in this grade 2. And then, Mystery Night, get you going again. Gotta get you back in form. That was not a good race last time out. And she's still only D-ranked as well. Grade 3 against the fillies. Think that'll be much better for her. Top 3 go to Cherry Cup. Yep, perfect. Not that I'm putting her in the Cherry Cup, even if she qualifies, because she's not a grade 1 horse, clearly. She's only D-ranked. Only D-ranked. I just wonder if I do find some cheap colts just to try to get us more horses to earn with. Now that I know how I need to schedule my horses' races and not focus on the big ones, I need to focus on races we can actually finish in the top 3, top 2 with. That could help us, but I don't know. Scab speed. Okay. Expected to finish within at least a top 5, top 6, which means this is a possible win. Hollywood is the favorite. So let's see if Scab Speed can get it done. Not like we have a choice. Like I need to win as much as I can. I need to finish in the top 3 as often. Every race. If I'm not finishing in the top 3, I would consider that a failure. In this game now, because like we need the money. In our other games, when we're dealing with horses that have late growth types and we're trying to figure them out, if the game says they're supposed to finish 10th, I don't know why they're whipping so soon, but anyways, if the game says they're supposed to finish 10th and they end up finishing like 5th or 6th, like, okay, that's cool in those games. We can afford that. Money's not a problem. And we have super horses. We have double S horses. Money's a problem in this game, and we don't have super horses. So, like, yeah, I have to set my standards higher, and we need top 3s with every result. At least until we get better quality horses where I won't have to struggle and worry about, you know, our money necessarily. So let's keep her competitive, keep her close. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Take off, my girl. And Scab Speed, she's got a really good run. There is a horse still on the outside. And she's pulling away. Nope. Great grade 3 win. This is exactly what I needed. Oh, this is a grade 2, I mean. Smokes the field. So our girl still got it. She's still got it. That is a great grade 2 win we desperately needed. That's a good money booster there. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. We need top 3 results. Top 3. Continuing to keep our surplus of cash rolling in. And a good grade 2 win there for Scab Speed. I mean, we've been consistent. I haven't lost that often with her. So she's actually 103 rated again. That's 2 back-to-back 103 evals. Let's go. Just got to keep grinding, man. Just got to stay in the fight. Rank up. Fantastic. Let's go. Scab Speed. Even past her peak. Still doing well. And she moves up to B rank. Fantastic, man. Her cost is still dropping, but who cares? Like, 10 wins and 16 starts with 2 grade 1s. She actually has a pretty good profile, considering for a beginner horse in this game. Yeah, she's been very consistent. Fantastic. But like, what would you expect from Scabbit? What else would you expect? She should be able to get to A rank. That's the goal, since her mother was an A ranked horse. But you know, we'll see. But yes, we desperately needed that victory. So I'm glad to know I can still run her in grade 2s. Be taking a break right quick. We're back. Grade 3 here. Tulip Stakes, 8 furlongs, unzittef, 3-year-old fillies running the mile. Mystery Night has a chance to win this race. The favorite's going to be next to us in post position 9, and that is Vital Runner. Well, Mystery Night, my girl, We have our work cut out for us, but this is a race we can still win under these conditions. So let's do our best. And let's finish in the top 3. It's a goal every time. Now, this is probably going to be a long episode because, as I said months ago, I think last year, actually, it was the end of 2022, I said for this game, I'm not going to do, like, smaller episodes. I'm just going to do a longer one because I know it's not the game that everybody wants to watch or really cares for. So when I do play it and record it, it's going to be like a Gallop Racer 2004 type of episode. At least 2 hours is what I'm aiming for so we can get some progress done. Not to mention, this is not a game I play that often anyway, so yeah, it makes more sense that when I do play it, I get quite a bit of mileage in, you know, so we can make some progress. Because like I said, we're still such a ways away. Scabbard Speed is doing well, but as good as she's been, she's not a super horse, you know? So we still have to get to that point. Okay, they're going now. Let's go. Come on, Mystery Knight. No, she's not that fast, but we got to see what she can do. She's got a good run, though. She's got a great run. And like I said, this is a race we can win. Oh, somebody's coming behind us. They're stuck. Not my problem. Come on, Mystery Knight. Keep pushing. And did they just get us for 4th? That's going to be annoying, bro. How did that horse even get through that gap? I didn't move, and neither did the horse next to me, so... that horse just got us for 4th. How annoying. I mean, that's money, but it's virtually nothing. It's a grade 3 as well. Yeah, Mystery Knight, she's certainly not Scabbard Speed. And that's the only thing I'm also kind of contemplating if when it comes to like maybe breeding the lower tier horses. I'm just like 600 earnings. Okay, that's half of 1,000. That's better than I thought. I just worry about just obviously not being able to finish as consistently as I want, you know? Like how consistent has she been? Okay, she's been in the top. She only had one finish outside of the top 4, so... I mean, that's good. 2 wins, 2 places, 1 show, and her 8 starts. But, again, for where we want to be, I need a little bit more, you know? But she's still developing as well. She's only 3 years old, but... she's not that much. She's not going to be that great of a horse anyway, so ceiling is pretty low with her. Scabbard Speed drops down to 86. Breeding season has begun, and we will not be doing it. I keep forgetting to check the shop. Mickey's Bet. You're only 91 rated. You're within my price range. Good breaking. So a really strong miler to kind of 11 furlong horse. 91 rating though. I don't like the stats. What's your growth type? Not a bad growth type, but still will peak at around 4, 4.5. He's already 3. Like, I wish they were 2 years old here. It's kind of weird that they start at 3 years old in this game. The other ones they start at 2. Sometimes it just depends on how long they've been in there, but usually some of them, for sure, Gallop Racer 3 they start at 2. Oh, man. It is such a grind. Hopefully, you guys are seeing that. The World Cup is tempting, but are we winning this with Scabbard Speed? Gosh, that would be a really big win. Can she win that? Great guts rating, great incline. She might be able to win that, honestly. This is the exception to like the not racing in grade 1s. I think if anything, obviously a mile to like 6 furlongs is where I should have her if we're going to put her in a grade 1. I don't think it's the best to put her in anything longer than that because I think she needs to be stronger. Not saying she isn't strong, but you know, in this game, I think she needs to be a little bit higher than that. So, yes, I see the Cherry Cup, but like, are we placing in the top 3 here? I don't know. No way, right? No way. It's there. It's so tempting. I don't really want to run her 10 furlongs either, but would that benefit her? What's her stam? Her stam is okay. I don't know. 10 furlongs against the girls, that could benefit her, but... at grade 2, like, she's not a grade 2 horse. I'll run her in this 10 furlong against the fillies. Maybe she can get the win. And I need to see how she does at 10. Because right now I'm just really trying to keep both of them at the shortest distance possible. Until I know I have a horse that I'm very confident can handle the endurance distances. Granted, 10 furlongs is not... It's not crazy in regards to this game, but if you don't have the horse that's really capable of running it, then yeah, it's kind of a waste of time. Scarlet Speed, though, up in the Royal Cup, bad odds, but she was 20-1 in that other race, and we finished, what, third? So I'm not too demotivated, but look who's here. We got Even Fan, Hell Billy, who's a long shot. Evil Lark, didn't even know that was a horse. Deep Wonder. Like, these are really, like, those are really fast horses. Like, truly fast grade 1 horses. He's a winner. Final Boots, like, ugh. She's certainly not on these horses' level, but it doesn't mean we can't give it our best shot, still try to get a finish, but maybe I'll surprise them. We'll see. It's a good start, and certainly because of the competition of horses, I want to have her go to... Like, look at this pace. Look at this pace, bro. Like, we're running hard, man. I want to keep her competitive at the front. I can't afford to fall back. She's not powerful enough to make a return. Don't want to run her on the outside either. Fast, like 33-5. We're flying in this Grade 1 Royal Cup. Flying, man. Okay. She's got a good run, though. She's got a really good run. Can Scabbard Speed surprise this field today? She's fighting as hard as she can, but she might get caught at the end. She's still fighting well. Come on, finish in the top 4 at least, my girl. Top 3. What'd I say? What'd I say? Could still finish in the money. And yeah, we had to really, really keep her motivated there with the whip, because, gosh, that was, oh my goodness. I can't explain how challenging that race actually was to really keep her where she was. I had a feeling the pace was going to be fast. It always is in the Royal Cup, which is why it's a fun race to run for sprinters, because that's all it is. It's just a mad sprint from beginning to end. There's no layoff time. Deep Wonder ends up getting the win. He's a winner, second. But Scabbard Speed, big time finish for third. We'll take it. I mean, that's still money, and that's a great result when she wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the top 5. Yeah, 2,400. We'll take that. That's basically winning like a Grade 1, or excuse me, that's like winning an Open or finishing second in like a Grade 3. You know, we need that. Man, that was a really, really tough race. Really, really tough effort. Cost is dropping even more, but yeah, got to keep her Grade 2s and Grade 3s for sure. Grade 2s and Grade 3s. And if a Grade 2 starts to get too difficult, obviously it's just going to be Grade 3s until, you know, I guess we'll have to retire her, but she's still helping us win right now, so that's great. Which will also probably help her breeding profile, too. Mystery Knight's up in this Open, and she's the favorite. Okay. Rubita O, Penny Express, Yogi Berry. I love the names of some of these horses. I really do. Very creative. Sugar Plum, Jezebel. So this is our race to win, and I think I should be able to do it. Pretty confident on how to run Mystery Knight. Basically, if I hold her, as long as I don't hold her too long, that's always going to benefit her. Man, she gets out like a rocket. But then again, that's always been the case with the horses in this family. The Mystery Colts, Young Knights, Miss Knighty, every horse in this family, for the most part, has had really good breaking out the gate. So, now she doesn't want to be running at the front here, so I got to slow her up. You're okay, you're okay. We're just trying to get you settled where you need to be. There we go. I hope I didn't burn her out too much running her like that, but, I hope this is a slow pace, because the field, nobody wanted to challenge us for the lead. We got out to a great start, but like nobody really tried to get past us. Let's see, mid or slow? Mid? Okay. 1 minute flat. This is 10 furlongs. She might be a better endurance horse as far as just running the longer distances to have a chance, because she doesn't have like super crazy top end speed, so maybe keeping her in races like this is really best for her. Here we go. On tap. Let's go. Okay, she's got a good run. She is the favorite, but I'm not liking how this is looking. Yeah, she's not winning today. Like, this game with its odds, it's so wonky. She tired out completely. Like, and granted, that could have been because I had her at the front when I shouldn't have. That's such a bad race, man. I wonder if that really took more out of her than I realized. I don't know. I don't think she has great stamina. I really don't. I was hoping maybe the favoritism would indicate she's more of an endurance horse, but she seems better at the shorter distances, so I'm going to have to ignore what the game is saying. Gosh, awful race. Awful, 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 awful race. Yeah, the incline rating is basically the stamina rating, INC. It's not great. Look at Scabbard's speed. It's much higher, right? Like, I know Scabbard can run the distance, but I need to win with her, and I feel she's better at winning at shorter distances. I think 10 furlongs is a stretch. I think Mystery Knight needs to stay 9 and under, so... Oh, man. Exactly the type of result we cannot afford, but at least I know now. At least I know. I'm not going to run her 10 furlongs anymore. Going to keep her 9 and shorter. So 9, 8, 7. That's what I'm doing for both of them. Just seems to work out. I don't need to prove anything by running them longer. Like, we just need to win and get money. That's all that matters. And the easiest way to do that is to keep them at the shorter distances. So, open, she's going to have handicap, so I'm going to have to ignore that. A grade 2 at 7, that should be better for sure. Yeah, put her there. And you, my girl, got to get you back. 9 furlongs in an open, that seems a lot better. Top 2 go to the Golden Oaks. I don't care, because we're not going there anyways. Continue to look in the shop to see if anything worthwhile. Now, if I see a really good steal of a horse come by, I will get it. Like 162k. You see, like, this is actually a pretty good horse. That incline rating, which is its stamina rating, pretty high. Temper rating, really high, which is great. Guts and braking aren't terrible, but they're not bad. That's the same thing. They're not bad, but then they're also not great. It's just where it needs to be, average. There we are. And the conditioning is really high, which means you can race this horse a lot, which tells me late growth type. See, this is the type of... Silly Hawk is obviously the type of horse I would want to get. But look at the cost. We're broke boys. And girls. Like, we don't have the money to get a horse like that. That's my whole dilemma right now in this game. So my goal is to get through this year with as much money as we can. That way, next year, we will be able to buy a horse. A good enough colt to breed with Scabbard Speed, hopefully, and be able to get a strong S-ranked horse, hopefully, which means we should have a horse that's capable of winning grade 1s on a consistent basis, which could be the very beginning of our super horses in this game. Since I've technically had to restart this series twice, this is the 3rd time's the charm. We are the favorite here today. I'll take that with a pinch of salt, and we are running against the fillies. Make sure I keep her... I wonder if she would benefit running more closer to like a mid-procedure and not as close to the front. Because again, her stamina isn't great. Like she gets out so well every time. But yeah, I'm actually going to hold her back. I didn't bump you. You bumped me, goofball. Like, she's in the green right now. I know she's not in the blue, but I'm trying to save stamina with her. That last race was a clear indication that her stamina is not great and that you do need to manage it quite adequately in order to keep her in a position to possibly finish well at the end, which I did not do that last time out. So she's 7th, she's mid-pack, but she's in the green, not blue. But again, I feel like we've saved ground, which is a little bit more important than stamina, and I think she's going to need that if we're going to try to win, which we should as the favorite. But again, I think favoritism in this game is the most inaccurate out of all the Gallop racers. Okay, we got to go. Come on. Okay. I think this is the way to run her. You see? Run her more towards like a mid-procedure. Have her explode through after you save some ground. She punches through in the end. It's going to be a photo finish, but she's going to get up there to get the win anyways. That's how I got to run her. Because she doesn't have great stamina, so I need to try to conserve that, and then just hopefully we can outlast the other horses. So most of her wins are probably going to be close. I don't think I can benefit from running her closer towards the front like I do with Scabbard Speed, and then take off. Scabbard Speed is strong enough to make that happen under the right conditions. Mystery Knight, I don't think she has the strength to run as a true front runner procedure, you know, like very close to the leaders, and still have enough stamina in the end to win. Or finish well. I think I have to hold her back a little bit. 81K. We've jumped $20,000 $200 basically in this episode. So my plan is working. It's just taking time. So please bear with me. It's working. It's working. We're getting there. We are getting there, and that's what's ultimately important, right? Takes a little bit of time. It's all about getting there. Gotta have patience, man. Gotta have patience. Okay, freeway stakes. Grade 2 here for Scabbard Speed. Like, the odds to me are so irrelevant at this point. Deep Wonders here, that's freaking fantastic. But we were close last time out. We didn't finish too far behind that dude. Danny's Chance is the favorite, the 13 horse. Where's Deep Wonder? I want to take a look at that horse. Deep Wonder. I don't recall him having a hood in Gallop Racer 3. Am I misremembering? Please, somebody comment if you're listening right now. Does he? I don't recall him having that hood in color combination in Gallop Racer 3. I do not. I don't think he has any. Like, we used him within a year of that game, or within a year of like me playing the game. So between 2022 and 2023, we used him. I don't recall him having a hood. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I really don't remember that. Oh, beautiful. We can maybe get an inside trip here at Scabbard on the rail. This could really help us out tremendously. Fast pace, 45 and 4. Move her out. Okay, let's go. Okay, she's got a good run here, as she always does. You know, like, this is what I mean. I can run Scabbard Speed as a true proceeder, and she can be at the front ready to pounce. Oh, she's got a good run here, but she's not going to get there at the end. I didn't realize she was going to have that much still to go in the end. I would have pushed a lot harder. I thought Deep Wonder had us cleared. Oh, no, Deep Wonder got smoked, whoever that other horse was. That was Deep Wonder, right? Danny's Chance ends up getting the win. Yeah, Deep Wonder nowhere in sight. Great, that's a second place victory. Yeah, Scabbard Speed, she's still pretty consistent as long as I run her how I need to. And another 100 rider eval. Yeah, Deep Wonder got smoked, bro. Got smoked. But yeah, I don't recall him having a hood in Gallop Racer 3, but I could be completely wrong. So she's really carrying like our stable here in this game, isn't she? She's carrying so much. She's just earning virtually everything. And Mystery Knight, she's playing her role as well when she can. I want to run her 6 furlongs. I want to see how she does. Since I don't think stamina is her best attribute, I'm curious if I could run her in a couple Mad Dash sprints if that would benefit her. Who's in the shop? Eager Buster again. I just don't think this... I mean, we're close to 100k. If I buy this horse now... But now he's 100 rated. This game is so different than the other ones. I didn't realize their ratings continue to improve. Even if they like are in and out of the shop. As they continue to grow. Wow. Like, his cost is higher too? This doesn't happen in the other games. Well, at least not 2003, 2004. I don't know about Gallop Racer 3 or 06, but... He's not bad, but still, like, for the money, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I'm going to be patient. Because Scabbard Speed's still doing well, so fortunately I don't have to worry about, like, feeling pressure to get a horse like him now. I want one sooner than later, but obviously I want it to be worthwhile and worth the money. Spring Mile Cup. Okay, I got to try her out here. If she doesn't win, probably keeping her away from the grade 1s. Even though she did finish 3rd in that Royal Cup, but, you know, again, winning and getting more money as opposed to finishing 3rd or 4th with a fraction of it. The winning is still more important. Wanted to see how she would do in the Royal Cup at that sprint. She did better than I thought. Let's see if she can still win a grade 1. Spring Mile Cup. This could be her 3rd. No chance. They're saying she's going to finish last. And Deep Wonder's is here again. Excuse me. Danny's Chance is also here. Matt Chatter. Like I said, the odds in this game to me are so irrelevant. I just feel like they're never really accurate. Not with our horse. Maybe with the favorite. Okay, sometimes, but I don't know how this is going to go. Let's see. Oh, okay, she just didn't come out the gate at all. Which, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold her back and then see if we can have a really good surge at the end and try to take advantage of saving some ground with our stamina. This is the beauty about her. Breeding her is going to be fantastic because whatever horse we get from her, hopefully we'll have a pretty flexible leg type, which also is making her a lot more successful. I can run her virtually anywhere. Like, I've been able to save ground, even though it's still been a fast pace, but, you know, I can save ground. I get the inside trip that I always like to have. It's going to be tough. I have a long way to go. Now I got to go. I got to go. I'm going to save the whip until we get off of this incline. Okay, here we go. Furlong and a half. Now approaching a furlong. She's got the trip. Scabbard Speed's got the trip. But it's probably not going to be enough. She's trying her hardest, and these horses are really tough. Too little, too late. I had a glimmer of hope that maybe we were going to be able to sneak down the inside and kind of get there at the end. But, yeah, she's still not there. But she beats Deep Wonder again. And the favorite, Danny's Chance, finished in 4th. So, not ideal. That wasn't a good start from the beginning. I would have liked to have kept her closer, but once we got the bad start, I had to save ground. Just trying to overwork her to get her back to the front would have been a waste of time. She backed to C rank because of that. That's, yeah. See, it's not worth it. I got to keep her grade 2s and under. Grade 1s, no more. Just to be safe, like I said, we need points. We need money more than anything. So whatever races are easier to do to get that, that's what we'll do. Utopia Stakes. This is grade 3 for Mystery Night. Long shot odds just because there's a 6 furlong sprint. If you add an extra 2 furlongs, I guarantee you they probably don't give her a 32-1 odds. So weird. I mean, it makes sense, but like they're so like strict with like, oh, if you're running your horse in a race that's not in their distance according to the game, we're just instantly going to slap you with like the long shot. And it's just like, okay, like look at the horse. What if the horse has won at this distance several times before? You're still going to give them long shot odds? You know, like it doesn't make sense. But of course, that's just how this game was made. I'm just saying it for talking purposes. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, good run here. Really good run. Let's see how she does. I mean, weren't, like I said, long shot odds, so we can try to still finish in the money. Not going to happen. She almost finished in last place. Yeah. Man, I guess I really just have to keep her like 7 to 9 furlongs. That's all she can do. 7 to 9. She's not a sprinter. She's not an endurance runner. She's an okay miler if you put her with the right field. That's basically what I've learned, so. Eval down too. That was not a good month. We didn't win anything. Because she just, yeah. They're both well past their peak, so it's like. I mean, be patient. I'm going to wait till the end of the year. And we'll just try to buy the best available horse once we get there. We're in July, so we'll be there before you know it. Alright, Scabbard, let's try to get you back in the winner's circle. Nothing there. Grade 3, 8 furlongs. Handicap, 123. That's actually a decent weight, so we'll take that. Now, she'll have a handicap here. Or will she not? Yeah, she still has a handicap, but not as much because she's falling off. Now, this grade 2 at 9 furlongs seems like a stretch, man. But I'll try it out. Maybe. I haven't ran her in a grade 2 in a while. And the last one, she either won or she finished really well. So maybe that can work out for us. Mystery Night. Just trying to continue to win with her to the best of my ability. This is an 8 furlong. This perfect race might be able to be favorite there. Oh man, I'm telling you, I definitely need to try a little bit harder in a way of not obviously losing myself the races, but it's not getting any easier with them literally like declining in stats. Deep Delight's here. Oh, fantastic. Why is Deep Delight in an open? Miss 90's here again. What? Okay, Deep Delight, not the favorite. Now, is that because he's like, how old is he? 3. Okay, he is a late growth type, right? So, that makes sense. I was going to say, why is he in an open and why is he like expected to finish worse than I am? It's great horse. But then again, he could have been buffed in the later games. Maybe he was a little bit nerfed at this time. As always, she gets out fantastic. And hold her back, because we are not going to the front. Let's see what the rest of the field does. Now we're going to move in. And like I said, if I keep her near the leaders, that seems to be her best chance of winning. I feel like this is going to be a mid to fast pace, but we'll see. This is exactly where I want her to be. I think this is exactly where she needs to be placed in order to have the best chance of winning. Let's see what the pace is. Fast. I felt like it was a fast pace. I didn't think we were going slow, so. Like, there's no abilities in this game either. This is purely like your skill and your horse, right? Okay, she's looking okay now. He has a good run on the inside. I don't know what the rest of the horses to the right of us are doing. She's actually pushing along well. Come on, Mystery. Ah, nothing I could do. She was right there with everybody, and it's probably going to be 6 or 7 horses across the line, and she finishes 5th. I don't even know what races suit her best. I know her distance. I know she's better suited for open class than grade 3s, but that's it. Track-wise, I don't know what would benefit her. Oh, man. I'm just going to get through the end of this year. And then wherever our points are at, I think we're just going to need to buy a colt. The next best colt that'll be available once we get through this year. Because, yeah, it's getting harder, as you can see. It's getting harder. So I'm just trying to hang on, try to get a couple more decent money place finishes, and that's what we'll do. And, like, I'm going to need the colt as well because I'll be retiring them soon. Like, I'm not going to keep racing them if we can't finish in the money consistently. Deep Wonder's here again. Scabbard Speed doesn't have a chance. It is what it is. Oh, man. Okay. So, okay, start as always. Actually, I'm going to use this camera angle. This is actually a pretty good camera angle to use when you're trying to navigate around. It gives you a really good field of vision, field of view. You know? Like, I don't have to be in this camera angle and do this, which takes, like, 5,000 years to turn. It's nice, but, like I said, if you need immediate feedback on what the field is doing, yeah, that's not ideal. Gosh. It also doesn't help us that we keep getting in races with a fast pace. Our horses are not quite there, man. Okay, she's got a good push going. Let's see how she does. Still staying off the whip because that definitely does drain your stamina more. Now I'll put her on the whip with a furlong left to go. Let's see if she has a nice drive here. Finishing a lot better than where she was supposed to, and that's going to be a top 3. Yeah, going for the win was probably not likely, but a top 3, it's money. Like I said, top 3, I'll take. That's a top 3 in a grade 2, 90 eval. It's a little bit better. Yeah. Gosh, that's really where we're at now, huh? Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. What does this mean? Oh, don't tell me my game froze. Wow. Well, I'm sure I probably transitioned that out because I actually just ended the video, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I do really want to make progress in this game, and as annoying as that was for the game to freeze, I should have just been saving, even if it was after every month, because that's just what I have to do. I'm on an old school, like the fat PS2, okay? Like that's just, I mean, that's whatever they used to call it. The original super heavy square box PS2, okay? Like original. And I have a disc. Doesn't matter how clean you keep your discs. Every disc that was made for consoles like these were, especially back in the PS2 days, were always bound to freeze at one point. So, like, I mean, saving in this game is probably the quickest as far as like not on an emulator. It literally takes less than like 5 seconds to save, you know, as opposed to 2003 and 2004, which seems like it actually takes about 10. It's really quick to save, so I should have just been doing that. So what I did was a couple of races I redid, and the other half of the races were newer races that I didn't do in the earlier episodes. So you'll see where we're at. I got us back pretty much to the exact same point that we were at, and we actually have more money this time around, but that's also because I realized what was probably smarter for me to do. So I kind of got a second chance to replay and to make a little bit more ground than what I was. And yeah, I mean, it's fine. It only took like 25-30 minutes, so I was just listening to music that I can actually listen to because I don't have to worry about copyright when I'm not recording, so that was actually kind of nice. And I got us back to where we were. It was just really annoying. I'm just like, oh, maybe it's just not even worth, like, continuing. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? It froze in, like, November or October, whenever. And my last save was, like, at the end of April. So I'm like, oh, okay. I thought my last save was, like, the prior year. Then I probably would be completely done. But I realized it was only a couple of months and the summer went quick. So I'm like, okay, I can redo some races and then do some new ones and just try to have a better result and try to make up for some of the really bad results I had. And yeah, it kind of worked. So I'm glad I did that. So now we're just trying to earn as much points as possible in the meantime. Thought this was going to be a better result for Scabbard Speed, but she's been tapped out for... This is the... Yeah, she was in the yellow for a while, and I don't even know why. Like, she can run anywhere. I wasn't running her too hard or too slow. She just wasn't happy. Which is really annoying, because that was a race we were supposed to do better. Like, of course, the race I start recording again, that's the first result. I had been doing pretty well prior to that. Like, negative 430, but you see, we're over 90,000. I did not reach that point prior. Yeah, like, whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't know what happened there. I really don't. Like, if I rewatch it, maybe I'll notice something more obvious, but just playing it back in my head, I can't think of anything crazy. Like, did I bump a horse and I didn't really feel it or realize it? I don't know why she was in the yellow. She can run anywhere. I understand a horse being in the yellow if they're way out of position, but she has all 4 leg types, so she wasn't running hard, wasn't running fast, whatever. Open for Mystery Knight. Not the favorite, but she's second favorite. Let's try to get a good result. I've been doing a lot better with her. I keep forgetting as well, the guts rating is actually a big deal in this game. A horse like Mystery Knight, I don't think she has like a great guts rating, so I think she actually has to be ahead of the other horses as she gets to the top of the stretch, and she's able to maintain that lead. But if she's behind them, then that's when she kind of suffers. I've never seen the horse shake their head like that in this game. That's because I had her running at the front, and that wasn't by design. She just gets really good starts, and then the rest of the field virtually does nothing. But I also wonder if this game is really finicky with like those type of things, and like they take it seriously. Like if your horse has one little mishap, they're like, "Oh, your race is ruined." I don't know if that's the case or not. Feels like that sometimes, you know. Like, see here, this is a race I need to really try to get her in front of these horses before we really get going too heavy. So, like, I need to get her going now. one tap on the whip, and see if she can poke ahead in front. See, she's not doing it now. That's because this is a little bit tougher. But maybe once we get off this incline, still there with the 5. Maybe she can pull away. Come on, you're right there, my girl. You're right there. Oh, it's going to be a closer. It's going to be a closer. Okay, we're going to get it past, but she's still going to finish at least second. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I need to run her. Like, I need to actually keep her ahead of as many horses in the stretch as possible. She seems to hold on a lot better at the end. Scabbard speed. She has a really great guts rating in general, so she will just continue to fight as long as she's close. Mystery Knight, like, if I have her too far behind when everybody gets going, then she's done. Like, she doesn't have the speed or the motivation to catch up. But if I keep her at least ahead of most of the field, when she really gets going, then that's better. So, yeah. We can get them both in one more race to close out this year. But yeah, I just told myself after I like kind of took a breather, I'm like, you should have just been saving, Eric. Like, who cares if it takes an extra 5 seconds? If nobody has the patience for that, then seriously, divine whatever, help us all. If 5 seconds is too much time for us to wait for me to save. Like, seriously, attention span of humans are getting worse. That's not a good thing. Science proves our attention spans get worse every year. That is literally not good. That means people can't even sit with themselves for like a minute. That's scary. We used to literally live in the woods. I know time has changed, but thousands of years ago. How did we evolve from being patient to now like wanting instant gratification and satisfaction all the time? Like, that's not healthy. But, you know, what do I know? So I was going to put them in both in races, but the thing is that neither of them are good on dirt, and Scabbard nobody can run 12.5, so that's going to be it for this year then. I ended up making more than when I was previously doing my thing, so like, look how quick it takes to save. You do this, you click your file, save, it's saving, and it's done. Like, that wasn't even 5 seconds. You see what I mean? Like, I could have just been doing that. So now I'm just going to do that. At least every 2 months. I shouldn't have went a whole 6 months without saving. Like, that's just not smart. Not for these type of games. Okay, we get no awards. Who cares? I don't care about any of this stuff. Get out of the way. I thought it was going to be a better year earning-wise. I actually earned a little bit less. I was going to say it's more or less the same, but whatever. I don't care who the rivals. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not at that point in the game to care right now. I understand what it means. That's great. But, like, I need to focus on my horses. I really could care less, like, who we're running against. Because either way, we're going to have to compete against good horses. Whoever's on the track is not really my business. Like, it doesn't matter. Let's see if there's a horse to purchase. Mickey's Bet is the only one still available, and he's already peaked. I'm kind of glad this game does show you the horses' ratings as they peak, because if there's a horse you'd be interested in and then you see, oh, they were only at their top rating for like a couple of months, that's kind of nice. I didn't mean to skip the first week without a race, because I could have probably skipped a good one, but I guess I'll never know now. That's annoying. I gotta find a colt, man. And I wanted a ranked colt. Like, I don't want to breed another B-ranked horse and a B-ranked horse. Like, we need to breed an A-ranked horse and a B-ranked horse. I think that's our best chance to elevate. Why does she have a handicap? It hasn't even... It's not even like we've been dominating with her as of late. And they're giving her like a 20-pound handicap in a grade 3. That's outrageous. They're giving her heavier handicaps now than they were earlier in the year last year, or later in the year last year, and she wasn't even winning that well, but then there's no handicap here. I know there's probably conditions, but like, they don't, I've checked them, they don't always make sense. It's not very concurrent. Like, sometimes it is just random, just depending on the race, and like, there's no parameters that I can visibly see to dictate why the horse is getting some strange handicap, you know? It's obvious to see certain parameters. Obviously, knowing if your horse is a grade 1 horse and you're trying to run them in an open, we all know how that goes. Obvious things. But still, like, She's certainly not a Scabbard Speed is not a grade 1 horse anymore, so she can only run grade 3s and grade 2s. Like, what do they mean? Gallop Racer is so goofy. I mean, I think they're really just telling me I should retire her, but it's like, no, she can still compete. She just can't compete at the highest level. She shouldn't have a handicap in grade 3s because it's not like she's winning them out left and right. That would make more sense. I could care less what she's done in her career. Like, not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying, like, it should be more reflective of where her form is now. You're not giving horses in real life handicaps because they won a Kentucky. Like, Rich Strike is not getting handicaps because he won the Kentucky Derby. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. That's how this game is treating it. It's like, oh, your form is really, your past form is really good. You just deserve handicaps now. It's like, no. Grade 3s and grade 2s are all we can run. This is where we're supposed to be. Therefore, we're not outclassed. We're not, so much higher than the rest of the field. Rich Strike wins the Kentucky Derby. He hasn't even been the favorite in any of the other grade 1s he's ran in since, really. At least prior to 2023. So, like, you know what I mean? A horse winning one big race or having a couple of big performances in the past should not give them an automatic handicap. Not unless they can prove they've been on a recent winning streak that's relevant. That's how it should go. That is how it usually goes. So, but maybe they do that in Japanese horse racing. I'm not familiar. Maybe they do that. They sure as heck don't do it in North America. I can vouch for that. Now, whoever that horse is way up there was way too far ahead. Keep going, my girl. Keep going. Switch whip hand. I don't know if it ever makes a difference. It's just nice to do sometimes. So she's going to finish second, which is better than nothing. And it's points to kick off the year. So I'm going to continue to do it with them. Going to continue to run them, earn points until I can get a colt. I am not going to wait till the end of this year to get a colt. Like, I would prefer to get a colt like now. I'm just waiting. And Mickey's bet is not worth it, and he's already dropped 3 points in like 4 months. So glad I did not waste the time trying to buy him. And like I said, I want a horse from this A-rank shop. So the game seems to take the letters really seriously in this one compared to the other titles. So I would prefer to give myself the best chance at trying to get a good horse if we can order from the highest catalog we have available. And there's just not good colts in the shop either. Like, I don't want to switch back to like the B rank shop, even though we could find cheaper colts for sure. Just still kind of hoping we'll be able to get a gem in this current A catalog that won't break the bank. But if it does, it is what it is. But at least the quality will be there. If I breed that type of colt with Scabbard Speed, he provides a stud, then like that would be nice. She's up here in this grade 3. The odds are irrelevant in this game to me. I feel like they're never accurate except for the favorite every now and then. Like, it's just numbers at the end of the day, so I don't care. I just would rather just try my best to run my race to give my horse the best chance of winning and not be so concerned about whether the game thinks I could win. Because let's be honest, there's plenty of times the game has said I wasn't supposed to finish well and I would finish well or win. In fact, it does that too much. So, like, why should I listen to it? If anything, I should definitely not ever listen to it because it's always inaccurate with, like, where I'm supposed to finish. Not saying it's always wrong 100% of the time. Obviously, that's not the case. But more often than not, I'm supposed to finish 10th. Well, I'll finish 5th or 4th. How many times did they not give solo rider favoritism and I hardly lost with him, right? They would just never really give him favoritism. Even after he peaked and we were still winning based off of our recent form, still never gave it to him. So yeah, like I said, I've had to learn how to not listen to what the game says and where I should be finishing. This is a race we're not supposed to win, so if I win it, I'm just proving my point literally on screen. The game didn't give us bad odds. We were top 5, but not the favorite. We get the win. See, it doesn't matter. Just prove my point right there. For like the 20,000th time. Photo finished. What? Wasn't close. Scabbard Speed had that. Clearly. Good win, my girl. Very good win. You can still win. That is great. Fantastic. This game is really tough with the grading scale, too. Like, it really wants you to run as perfectly as you can against really high competition all the time. And if you don't, if you have a good result but you don't run the best, it's going to let you know and punish you for it. This game is hard, man. This is the hardest game in the series. I don't care what anybody says. It is the hardest game in the series. Seriously, if you're really trying to do it the old-fashioned way, you start it from scratch, you start it on hard, and you start with no good horses. This game is challenging, I promise you. You want to see how good you are at Gallop Racer? Do exactly as I said. With this game, upload it to YouTube. I do not want her in a grade 2. Scratch that. That would not have been ideal. Open 8 furlongs. There we go. Gosh, breeding season starts in April. Are we going to find a colt before then? It's feeling unlikely. I mean, granted, like, if I find him, I wouldn't just retire him and then send him straight to the barn. Like, I would want to race with him. But we could still maybe buy a cheaper colt now to breed with the other girls. But, like, is that even worth it? They're both, like, D or E ranked horses. I don't want to do that anymore. Lucky Timing isn't original. I mean, her stats aren't terrible. She's B for gut, C for temper, A for incline, which is her stamina, B for braking, conditioning. She's still D ranked. You know? Like, if I could find a decent colt to breed with her, I think it'd be worthwhile. Water walking, like, she's seriously average. At least Lucky Timing has A and S, so, like, and she's also good with turf and dirt. I didn't even think about that. Maybe finding, like, kind of a C-ranked colt for her would actually be nice. Maybe even a B-ranked colt. I don't know. It could be worth it. We could get something. And then still look for, obviously, that really good colt, but just, I don't want to spend too much money, so it was going to have to be reasonable. Are you going to have a handicap here? It's a little bit high. Gosh dang it, man. Why are they doing that? She's 127 at both of those. I don't want that. 9 furlongs, fillies. 122, it's a lot better. It's only 5 pounds, but sometimes that's makes it quite a difference. Alright, let's see if anybody's in the shop this month. We're almost at 100K. Almost. And then you got Bojangles in here for basically $200,000. Like, kick rocks. Kick rocks. I might need to change the catalog. These horses are way too out of our price range. And, like, I really want an A-ranked horse. I mean, S-ranked horse. But I'm going to go back to A. It's fine, whatever. So, maybe we'll find a gem of an A-ranked horse that we'll be able to use with Scabbard Speed or with Lucky Timing. I want Scabbard Speed to be bred with a really good colt. I mean, I shouldn't even be stressing this because, like, when I retire her now, until I find a colt and I race with him and retire him, she'll still be in the breeding barn. So, like, Lucky Timing is back there now. Technically, I need to find a colt now for her. At least to give us another original that we can use. We'll be retiring Scabbard Speed and Mystery Knight eventually. So if we have to go back down from 2 horses to 1, at least we'll have a horse that hopefully will be competent enough to win on a semi-regular basis. And again, not breaking the bank trying to buy this horse. But if we can keep our funds at least still above 60K, we can technically give ourselves a little bit of a boost. And still work towards our main goal because, 190K, I'm not going to get that with the 2 horses we're racing with now. That's not going to happen. So we have to be reasonable. If anything, it's just a detour. I don't feel like this stops the plan. It's just a small detour that might still benefit us because I forgot Lucky Timing wasn't terrible. Like, she has some good category. She has an S-ranked category for conditioning. That means we can race her a lot. Or that means we can race her foal a lot. More than likely, if they inherit at least a decent conditioning rating, we'll be able to race them a lot. She has some A's and some B's in there, which is obviously good. So she's actually not bad. And she's technically a slightly better dirt horse than a turf horse, which I was saying to myself off screen recording. I'm like, you know what? I need some dirt horses. That might make it a little bit easier to actually get some wins, too. I haven't done dirt racing a lot in this game outside of, like I said, lucky timing and maybe another horse or two. But it was easier to be consistent with her. I don't remember finishing out of the top 5 with her too often. Like, I know she was very consistent, and I think just running on the dirt and her having that flexibility made that possible. So, like I said, I think now that I'm thinking about it, the detour might actually be a little bit better for where we currently are, and then we can still work towards our main plan of getting that S-ranked horse to breed with Scabbard Speed, you know? I mean, who knows? Maybe if I get a colt from Lucky Timing and whoever I breed her with, could use that horse to breed with Scabbard Speed. I mean, like I said, there's options, so. Okay. Let's see how she goes. For a long and a half. Close in. Or a couple taps. See if she's pushing pretty nicely. Pushing pretty nicely. And look at that. Scabbard Speed is going to get up there for the win. Hey, as long as these two girls can continue to win, even if their stats drop to like 20 overall turf rating, I'm going to keep racing them. Because they're giving us money. That's all that matters. Who cares how bad their stats are dropping? Them winning and still gaining money is actually much better. Because you got to think about it. The game counts that for breeding. If it sees that, you know, when regardless of their stats dropping, if it sees they have a lot of wins and they won well past their peak, I think it takes that into consideration. I've proven that at least in the other games. And then, like, we're over 100K now. And I also believe that the purse as well. Like, anything that's actually shown on your horse's profile for us to see, that to me is the game Tecmo, the company telling us, this is something that's important. We're not just keeping track of it just for you to keep track of it. It obviously has a purpose for your in-game management, but also for your breeding. So I think that's worthwhile. And we're actually over 100K. Like, horses in the top of USA, we saw that one horse, Eager Buster, for 68K. I was just so on the fence about whether or not he'd be worth it. It just seemed like a lot of money for a horse that wasn't bad, but I don't think he was worth 68K even. Like, if I'm going to buy a horse in that catalog, I want it to be worth it. I don't want to just throw money away. Like, I could probably find a horse in a lower category that's probably better than him for the same price or a little bit cheaper. You know? So it's like, it'd be a waste of time, I think. Mystery Knight's up. Better, or decent odds here. They're like almost getting a little bit better favoritism as they're more on the decline. But that's probably because, no, this game, there's no way it takes recent form into consideration, does it? I feel like the other titles do. I don't think this game takes your recent form into consideration. Then again, 2004 didn't do that too much either, and neither did 03, but sometimes it did. Maybe does it depend on the horse? It's just so many questions about this game I probably will never have the answers to, unless I get to talk to somebody that's worked with the game or somebody that's done enough actual anecdotal. It's not even a word. If somebody's done enough analytical research, it's probably the word I was using or looking for, but somebody that's done the actual, research to confirm that, yes, this is what the game actually takes into consideration because I have figured it out by doing X, Y, and Z. Not just like a hunch. I have plenty of hunches, some of which I don't know if are true or not, you know. Look at this run for Mystery Knight, dude. She's not even the favorite. Guess she get up there for the win. It's going to be close. It's going to be second place. Man, gotta be honest, it's almost like the game freezing actually was really, really, really like a revitalizing boost to the direction we were going. Not to say we weren't going to get there, but I felt like prior to the game freezing, it was going to take a lot longer. I feel like this is actually going a little bit quicker now that we have more money, and I've kind of figured out a detour we can take that can still keep us on our way, but still give us a boost that we need now. You know? I mean, gosh, the thing is, though, like, I can't... Breeding season is now, which means I'd have to find a colt, not even race him, just retire him and breed him with lucky timing. Like, is that even worth it? I mean, of course, I would save beforehand just to test it out, but... Like, the catalog should now be open to the A-ranked horses, and it is. You see, look at the pricing. This is much more, this is much better. And look, we have a New Earth, 57k, 99 turf rating. Higher than some of the horses in the higher ranked catalog at the S level. This is exactly what I mean. This may have been the better idea from the beginning. So this guy's a front runner, only runs 10 to 12, but look at his stats. Those aren't bad. He doesn't have a single bad stat. Good turf rating. I like this horse. What's your growth type? Okay, quick peeking. Maybe I just run him in one race and then retire him. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I like the horse, I'm sticking with the purchase. That knocks us back down to 44k, but for what it's worth, I mean, I have space to make another save file. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I have my first save file, obviously the main one that I just literally saved. This is the new one. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to race him once, retire him if I can. Can I even do that? Or do you actually have to wait till they're at their peak? Okay, so you can just retire them right away. Huh. So you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try breeding now and see how the horse turns out. And then if it's not great, maybe I'll just try doing one race and then retiring him and trying breeding again. Like, look, like this is what I mean. B's and A's. This was the type of horse I was looking for. His breeding charge is 14,000. This might just work. We may even have to start over. If I could get my life together, like this could work. 16,000, almost 17,000 breeding charge. This might be a good horse. A front runner proceeder, slow spurt is going to be guaranteed. Conditioning should be great. Braking will be solid. Incline will be solid at A. Incline will be improved, and guts will still be at B. Distance will be mid. We could actually get an okay horse here. They're both D ranked, but maybe we can get a solid B ranked horse again like Scabbard Speed, right? That would help. I hope. We'll see. Because like I said, they're still winning. I mean, they're still earning us money. I'm not going to retire either of the girls right now. Filly or Colts? Please tell me a Colt. That's what we really need. But if it's a filly and it's a good one, I'm not going to complain. It's a Colt. Slow spurt, front runner. 81 turf rating, 77 dirt, 9 to 11 furlongs. Growth type. Cost is only 150. But again, now that I know that the cost actually fluctuates depending on the horse's just growth, if it's not close to its peak, its cost is going to be lower. If it's closer to its peak, its cost is going to be higher. That's very important to note now. It's hard to tell. I don't think he's going to peak anytime soon. It looks like it'll be 4.5 at the earliest. And of course, the cost being low also benefits us as far as not having to worry about the game taking too much money away from us. But I'm also worried if it's dictating, the horse may not be as good as I think. So that was Lucky Timing and New Earth. Lucky Earth? I don't want to say that name. That's going to drive me nuts. Lucky Earth. Lucky Earth. What about New Timing? Or, you know what? Yeah, New Timing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious if I do one race, if that'll be worth it. I'm probably going to save this in the third slot. So I'll have 3 saves. I'll reload the second one prior to me retiring the horse. Do a race and see if that does any better. I'll put this like in a new save. New Timing. Yeah, front runner, I would like to give him a hood. I kind of want him to stay focused up there. I think that would be beneficial. No ears this time. Pink and yellow was the mother's tack. What color haven't I used in a while? Blue? I think blue would kind of be nice. We've done purple a lot. I feel like I've done black. This type of blue? Just did yellow and pink. I kind of like the blue. Maybe I'll, let's go with like a lighter blue. Ooh, a lighter blue and yellow. It's different. I think we could roll with that. Shadow roll, of course. Yeah, I kind of want a bright blue. Shadow roll. I'm not going to put bandages on the back since he already has the high socks. I'll just do them on the front. And, blue. Black like that. But we do this blue. The blue and yellow contrast looks so weird. It's like the game doesn't recognize the color inputs properly. I wonder if he would just look better with just the white. Could you do all white? Does that give him... All white just kind of gives the illusion that he has more of a high sock than he does. But I'm actually going to do... I'm just going to do black. Ah, I don't like that, actually. Oh, does this start... What? What? Why would it just... Why can't I... I just thought it would just take me back to the next screen. I didn't realize it would cancel the whole transaction. Like, I hated when older games would have that as a thing where it's like you would have to start over as opposed to just realizing you just wanted to maybe redo something. I'm just going to stick with the initial colors I should have went with. So, sorry about that. Obviously, I wouldn't have done that if I'd known that was going to happen. Yes? Yes. That's annoying, but obviously nothing I can do about it. Like, oh my goodness. I'm actually going to give him black with, like, I'm just going to do the black and the blue. There you go. Alright. If I can save this as my third slot, I will. And again, then I'll see if I'm racing him once and if that'll make a difference at all. I can't imagine it would make such a huge difference. So we're going to go ahead and load that save file. Which will be this one. So I guess I'm going to stick with the two new save. Well, I'm going to go with one of the two new save files. I'm not going to go back to the first one because... Yeah, I guess I could continue to save money, but again, like, there's no guarantee we're going to find the right horse in the S shop now. And now that I know what I need to do to get more money in this game, like, I feel like I'll be able to get there quicker. Like, I'm not going to put my horses in races that they're just not capable of running or winning or finishing in the top 3. Like, I know to avoid that mistake. So, New Earth. I'm going to try racing this dude once. And not to mention, let's just see how he is as a horse. Maybe he'll actually be... Maybe this will be the save that's worth it. It might be more beneficial to actually just keep him racing and then use him for breeding. Which means, yeah, we'll have to skip breeding. But, again, we want stronger horses. We don't want to breed just to continue to basically reproduce the same type of D-ranked horses and then never elevate in the game, right? That's not the point. It's just this game is hard, so I'm not in a position to have many options to just get a great horse without either spending a lot of money that we don't have or just trying to at least improve and get a better horse. He is the favorite here. Something tells me it's probably going to be more beneficial to actually race him and then use him for breeding. And who knows, maybe I would decide to use him with Scabbard Speed, right? And let's think about it. Until, like I said, the girls start to really fall off as far as their consistency, I'll have 3 horses now that could earn us money, get us back up to the top, and we could still get another really strong colt You know what I mean? If anything, this is probably the save I need to stick with. So is all that a waste of time? Gosh, perhaps so, huh? But it's there just in case. I'm just realizing it might actually be better just to keep racing with him and the girls. We'll have 3 horses, which will all have the chance to earn us money, more money, and get us back to 100K, which I don't think will take as long as it seems, because again, I have a formula now. Sure, the girls are falling off a cliff as far as their potential is concerned. I mean, they're past their peak. But again, I know what races I need to be putting them in and how to race them, so I can still try to at least keep some income rolling in, and then adding a 3rd horse like this guy could really get us back there a lot quicker. So all may not be lost. So let's see if he pulls away, and yeah. Probably going to be smarter to actually race him and grab a couple of wins, right? New Earth, pulling away. Easy win. Clears the field by almost half a dozen lengths. If he can win like that, dude, we'll be back up to 100K in a year. And like I said, it's just a detour. We're still on the plan. Nothing has changed dramatically. I mean, who knows? Maybe that 3rd save I'll kind of keep as like a special kind of thing to do that's not really tied to the main series if we continue to go forward. But just to see, like, oh, would that horse have been decent? I could do a couple of races just to see how it would have turned out. I think it's just going to be better to actually kind of wait and still try to accumulate some more wins. Like, Scabbard Speed, 25 meets, 13 wins. Her cost is dropping, but again, I still think this is better for her overall profile. Yeah, like she has no titles, obviously, but the consistency, man. Lots of wins. We can still sneak one in, can still continue to get some money place finishes as well. I think that does help her. She's handicapped for that grade 3. We're not doing that. Gosh. Grade 2, I don't really want to do, but still kind of heavy on the weight. I want to keep her like at a 122. I don't want her running with like close to 130 pounds. And I'm not going to be able to race her till next month. That's handicap here. 125. That's not that much greater. Gosh, there's like no good races for her. I don't want to have her wait too long, so she's already... Yeah, I gotta race her while she's in the blue, otherwise she won't be too happy. Yeah, I can't do this grade 3. I'm gonna have to put her in that grade 2, but it's... not ideal. Mystery Night, let's see what we can do for you. Just gotta continue to race the girls and now the boys. Well, the boy with New Earth. Who, yeah, pretty nice, as he should be. So, like I said, let's just try to get ourselves back up to 100K. And like I said, we already have a colt that we know we'll be able to use for breeding. Azalea Cup, yeah, I want to see if he's capable of winning grade 1s. Because obviously, if he can win and run grade 1s, that would get us back there in no time. And again, this still keeps us on the plan. On the path. So yeah, let's knock these last 3 races out, see how this goes, but we have a new horse that we know we're going to be able to use for breeding that has good stats. You know, A's and B's only. So that is really good to know. My rival is why, dude, rival, go away. Now's not the time for you to be appearing. I have goals I'm trying to reach. It's like the rivals appear at the perfect time, just to make it a little bit more challenging. Like, I'm just trying to see if this guy can win without any extra additional stress. And now we have my rival. Who is my rival? Ghetto-tastic. Wow. Yeah. Now, we're not the favorite, but we surely have a chance to win this grade 1, so that gives me a lot of faith. If we can win this grade 1, then yeah. This may have been the best unforeseen circumstances happening with the game freezing, because I don't think I'd be in this position, or I wouldn't even be considering these things. Now, we had to get to the front, and we had the terrible draw of where we were. Now I got to work this dude to the front, and I hope it doesn't burn him out. I know you're running hard, man, but I got to get you to the front. You're not going to be happy if we're not there. Okay. As soon as he pokes ahead in front, he should be in the blue. Like, there's nothing I could have done except try to get a better start, but we still had to swing from the outside. Oh, poke ahead in front. Come on. Who is this? Firm deal? Go away. Fast pace. Yeah, no crap. I certainly would have preferred to keep that slower. It is a grade 1, after all. Is this the favorite, too? I can't remember. Again, not like it really matters to me, but... Okay, we got a good lead here. They have to do a little bit of work. Let's see if we have enough in the tank. He's feeling slow. He's feeling slow. Is he already gassed? He's already gassed. Now, I don't know if this is just a result of just how the beginning of that race went, or if that's just the most he has in the tank. It's going to be a top 5 finish, if that. It's going to be not even 7th. Jesus, man. I don't know what that was a result of, but like, what am I supposed to do when the game gives us a 13 draw from the outside and we have to run to the inside? And I didn't get a good start, which, yeah, just, man, that's not ideal. Like, I low-key want to redo that, but that was certainly a lot worse than what it was supposed to be. We're supposed to be in the money, but he tired out. But again, it's a result of what I just said. So, gosh, I'm gonna have to really get good starts with him. I can't dictate where we get as far as the draw. The game is just doing that, but I have to at least ensure that I get a good enough start where we can try to get to the front as quickly as possible. I had to work him so hard on that backstretch that, without a shadow of a doubt, probably deleted his stamina quite a bit because he had nothing in the end. And I think he could have kept up with those horses, but he was already tired by the time we hit the top of the stretch. Like, the race is over for him at that point. It's not really a fair judgment or assessment. I need to see what he can do when he's not tired. And if he still doesn't win, that's fine, but I need to see that. That race, to me, didn't show us whether or not he can really handle, because Firm Deal wanted to set a ridiculous pace. And again, we had to work overtime just to even get him to the front. So, you guys know how I feel about races like that. It's just frustrating. It doesn't really tell us anything. Good run here for Scabbard Speed. She wasn't even supposed to be near almost won that. I didn't think she was going to have a chance. You see, like, now we have 3 horses that can try to continue to earn us money. So, the Scabbard Speed, despite her stats dropping dramatically here, she's still finishing pretty well on a regular basis. So yeah, 111 eval. I can't remember the last time if I ever got a 111 eval in this game. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't even know what happened there. That new Earth race, that was not ideal. That was supposed to be so much better. Supposed to be so much better, but yeah, I'll bounce back and try to yeah, I'm definitely gonna run him in another grade 1, but again, you just don't want to waste too many opportunities at points. But I need a fair assessment, so hopefully I'll get a better shot. I do not care. Game says we're not going to finish in the top 5, so let's just do our thing. Alright. Like, this is the type of start I needed with New Earth in that grade 1. So now I realize I'm going to have to actually be very aware with him out of the gate. I mean, I think his braking rating is it A? I'm trying to think. Temper... No, guts, temper. Yeah, I think his braking is A, so if anything, I messed up that grade 1 by not getting him a good start and then having to work him, so I know now, at least. It's a good thing. It's only a second race. Just feel like that could have been a race we maybe could have won, but we'll have more chances. Let's see what Mystery Knight here does here today. Like I said, I think she has to benefit from actually kind of being ahead of the other horses. There's a horse to the outside. Are we making any ground? Oh, she's got a nice run here. Nice run from Mystery Knight. Guys, she's 20 to 1. 20 to 1. 20 to 1. What is happening? It is like my girls have gotten a second kick of racing life. They are past their peak, well past their prime. Their stats are dropping quite significantly. The game is basically writing them off as... I mean, both races, they had odds of over 20 to 1, essentially, and another 111 eval. And I thought the game froze again, because that's the same type of screen weird thing I felt like it did when it did freeze. Saving. But yeah, this is working, man. I mean, we'll get back up to 100K, hopefully within 8 to 12 months in the in-game year, and get another really good horse. And if anything, I'm really helping both of them for their breeding profile. I did find out in this game, obviously, the better you do on track, it does play a difference. In which, I mean, that's a given all the time, but still, like, I was able to really kind of confirm that. I want to run her in that grade 1, but I feel like it'd be a waste of time. You know? But I'm going to do it. Why not? Because the grade 3s are just giving her handicaps unnecessarily, so... it's annoying. Well, only when I think it just the parameters don't make sense for her to have a handicap. I can understand under certain conditions, but some of those grade 3s just slapping the handicap sticker on her really for no good reason. I'm not running U10 for long, so I'm not even looking at this race. Get away, get away, get away. It's like nothing for you, my girl. 9 furlongs. It's the best we can do, but lighter weight might give her a chance. New Earth. Any grade 1s for you, dude. Columbia grade 2. Not doing that. Golden Derby. You know what? Yeah, let's see it. Now, I'm not going to do this with him too much. I want to have a fair shot of seeing what he's capable of. That's it. And I can't tell that based off of the last results, so... Go away, rivals! No, go away! Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. I'm saying that like it's going to make them go away, and obviously it's not. It's just like, why are they popping up now? I just don't want to face them now. I'd rather face them once I get better horses, but I get it. There's rivals at every stage, whether you have bad horses or good horses. If you have bad horses, and I guess they're bad rivals. Once you get the good horses, you get the really, really good rivals. That seems to be how it works. And Scott's Run is the favorite. Like, oh, fantastic, thank you. Because the thing is, if you beat these horses, you can unlock them in the shop. But that's what I mean. They're always popping up at a time where it's like, yeah, I don't even have, like, the good horses to beat you yet. Now, I got to get a good start now. He doesn't get out as well as Mystery Knight. He's a little bit slow. Despite him having, like, an A ranking, but... Come on, we gotta get to the front now, my guy. We gotta get to the front now. This is what I mean. Like, he doesn't break all that well to get to the front like he needs to. Mystery Knight, who's not a front runner, she gets to the front like a rocket most times. Now, fortunately, we're here and we're in the blue quickly, so maybe that gives us a bit of an edge. We are the second favorite, which means this is a race we realistically should be in a position to win when we get there at the end. But I hate how long it takes me to get him to the front. I just worry about that draining too much of his stamina, you know? That's not how I want things to go. And that's for a grade 1. I'm sure if I drop him in class, it's not going to be as much of an issue because, obviously, a little bit easier competition. Those horses will probably not have as good of stamina as these grade 1 horses do, so that would put us in a better position to obviously be able to still win, but these are really good horses with good stamina, so I can't take that chance. But he's been in the blue. This has been a much, much better race. I think this will be a serious and honest assessment of his actual skill level. You know? Now, he's still got plenty of stamina in the tank. He can take off. And we might actually beat our rival. You see, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted to see from New Earth. I wanted to see what he was really capable of, and he's gone. Yes! I'm not crazy. I know my Gallop Racer. I don't know everything about it, but I've been playing the games long enough. I've figured things out, especially as I've gotten older, and I've been doing this on YouTube now for a long time. I've learned a lot from you guys. I know my stuff now. I said that first grade 1 was not an honest assessment for a reason. There it is. He is a grade 1 capable horse. He's only A ranked. That's great. This is the type of colt I wanted. This is a steal. This is exactly the type of colt I was hoping we would get. We got him for a good price tag. And whether I breed him with Scabbard Speed or Lucky Timing, I don't know. Probably Scabbard Speed, but we'll see. Like, if I could get another colt like him, that'd be great. We outworked Scotch Run, got him the win. That is fantastic. That's exactly what I was talking about, man. That was exactly what I was talking about. Precisely what we needed. Yes. Already back up to the 60K that I essentially started the episode with. And we got a great, now, basically grade 1 capable winning horse that we will be able to breed with either Scabbard Speed or Lucky Timing. Which, like I said, I think Scabbard Speed definitely makes more sense. So we would breed him with her. You see her turf rating at 80 now. She wasn't an 80 rated turf horse at her peak. She was at least a mid-90s. Low to mid-90s. So I think breeding her and him together would be ideal to give us that turf horse I've been looking for. So yeah, like, let's go. That is fantastic. So 2 for 3 already with a grade 1 win. Now he's basically at his peak, so I got to win with him now. But even with his major drop off, he feels like he's a very capable horse. He has guts and temper at B ranking, incline, braking, and conditioning are at A. Okay? Now those letter grades are not going to change for the rest of his career. His turf rating will drop, but those will not significantly. So that tells me we should still be able to do as well with him as we've been doing. I mean, Scabbard Speed's 5 years old now. Like, look when she peaked, guys. She peaked at 3, and I've still been able to get her some wins and finish in the top 3 pretty regularly since she's peaked. She's approaching $100,000 on purse. Like, we could turn New Earth into that same kind of horse, which again gives us more money-making opportunities to get more better horses. And then once we put all this breeding together, we continue to improve. I mean, Scabbard Speed now comes from Pumpin' Speed Scabbard. This is a good pedigree we can start to build. But yeah, she peaked 2 years ago, and she's still finishing well. This is what I mean. The same thing for Mystery Knight. I mean, she doesn't have the wins like Scabbard. But if you look at her top 3 compared to her 19 starts, she's finished in the top 3 13 of 19 times. And you see this board. First, second, 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 first. Consistency. So, you know, for what it's worth, I'm hitting my marks. I'm always going to put myself under certain stress. Or just, I'm always going to hold myself to a standard of just trying to remain consistent. Not always going to win everything, that's fine. I think consistency is more important anyways. Anybody can win something and do that, you know, but obviously consistency matters. And if you could win consistently, then, you know, it's always ideal, right? Now rivals are just popping up left and right. It's fantastic, man. This is exactly what we needed at this point in the game right now. So gosh, the game freezing really ended up working out. That's just like, that rarely happens where like a game freezing or something like that actually turns out for the better. Now, she is a long shot today in this grade 1. I do think she's severely outclassed, clearly. So I will be very shocked if we can manage to still finish to like in the top 5. May have bitten off more than I can chew with this race entry, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have a chance. One can hope. One can hope. It doesn't mean everything's gonna go according to plan, but I'm really, really glad I ended up picking up that Colt, man. Still want to find a Colt for Lucky Timing too, because again, she has pretty good grades. And yeah, that's the thing. I bred her with New Earth on that other save file, and yeah, that, like I said, I don't know what that Colt would turn out to be. I would still kind of like to play through that to see, but I'm not gonna do it like on Scream. So she might, I don't know, maybe she'll be better with like another type of Colt, right? This is a long incline, bro. Gosh. Long incline. Very, 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 very long. Oh, we're not going to finish last. She's still pushing through. It was going to be tough, though. It was going to be tough for her to get into the top 5. But, hey. No grade 1s. No more officially. I wanted to see if she could still kind of maybe squeak through and get a decent result. But she is past that point. So, it's all good. But yeah, we need points. So, I got to be smarter in making sure that I'm doing all the right things to put us in that position. Oh, man. It's probably been a long 2001 episode, but for what it's worth, hope you guys have enjoyed. Mystery Night, yeah, like favoritism, who cares? Oh, this is... Didn't realize this was dirt. That... And it's 10.5 furlongs? When did I do this? I mean, it's within her distance, but she's not a dirt horse. Like, when did... Okay. Yep. Definitely time for me to go to bed. It's almost 4 a.m. Yep. 100%. Yeah. I don't even... Like, what? I don't even recall putting her in this race. I'm not even lying. Am I just that, like, just kind of... On autopilot? Oh my gosh. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun to race on the dirt, but like, no, like that's 2 bad races. That's a grade 1, I really shouldn't have put her in, but I wanted to see if she could maybe, again, have a chance. She didn't, that's fine. And now I'm racing Mystery Night on the dirt, and she's not a dirt horse. Like, oh my gosh. What am I doing? Just wasted 2 races for no reason. Like, I would have at least... It's one thing if we were in, like, in our ideal races and we just didn't have good results. So that means I just need to do better. But just... That put both of them in races I shouldn't have been in. Yeah, that's on me. It's a little bit frustrating. I mean, she's not doing bad, but it's like, this is... Could you imagine if she finds a way to win on the dirt here? That'd be insane. And she's pushing through. Holy crap. Mystery Night. No way. No way. She gets it done, guys. I don't even know what's happening tonight. I have no idea what's happening. It's a weekday, too. I actually have a day off at work, so I'm able to play during the weekday. It's nice. I never have weekdays off. That deserves a celebration. Yeah. She just won a 10.5 open on the dirt with a 1. I don't know what's happening. I don't. How? She's winning, like, she's doing better now and winning more than she was at her peak. It doesn't make any sense. And she goes up a rank. I'm just doing a quick save. We're almost at 70k, just that quick. That's what I meant. We just basically jumped 25k. Ooh, we're on the second save, right? No, we're on the third one. Yeah, we're on the third one. Or, no? I think I was saving them in the wrong places, which it is what it is, whatever. This is the main save, which I know now. They're all C ranked now. Scabbard dropped down, but gosh, she's past her peak. Look at her stats have been dropping. This goes to show you, the peak really doesn't mean anything. It lets you know when your horse is supposed to be at its best, but you can still win. Yeah, it's only her 6th win, but the consistency, look at the recent form. For a horse past her prime, that's insane. Mystery Knight, it's like she's getting better, even though she's quote unquote getting worse in the game. Like I feel like she's getting better. Even if it's just opens, like we're winning them consistently. That is important. That's so important. 121 weight there. I don't like that. What about here? Like, are they going to start giving her handicaps now for opens? 119 for that grade 3 at 9 furlongs. I kind of want to run her on the dirt again. I'm going to run her in this open on the dirt. I just want to see if, like... And granted, her dirt rating is only 9 points away from her turf rating, but still, she clearly has a preference for the turf. Man, that's like, wow. I mean, and the thing is, I'm winning some of these races with serious long shot odds. Like, we're winning when we're not supposed to be. But again, I also think the odds are just so stupid in this game. They don't really make any sense ever. Did I even put this guy into grade 3? Is he going to have a handicap? No, too much weight. I don't like it. He could carry it, but not ideal. Gonna have to wait now to race him again. Okay, grade 2, lower weight. That's more ideal. Can try to get a race in this. Well, when is your race? Don't even know. Who's racing today? Mystery Knight or? Well, I think this will be the last loose. Oh gosh, already an hour. I can't believe I've recorded this much, but this is what I said I was going to do, right? Scabbard speed, 10 furlongs in a grade 3 against the fillies. Will you have a handicap? 125. It's not terrible, but not ideal. Which one? I'd rather her carry a little bit less weight. So I guess we'll get these last 3 races done, and that'll be it. Which means hopefully in the next episode that I do, depending on how much progress we make, we could actually get to breeding. That's the goal. I know that's what people like the most, but again, it's not like you can just breed left and right in here in this game. I mean, you can, but if you're trying to advance, you need to really make sure you're doing smart breeding and not just putting average horses together with average horses constantly. Then you just kind of get stuck in a rut. Odds don't matter. They say she has no chance. They said the same thing last time, and she won it. Like, if you're betting on her, she's making people money, for sure. Quite a bit of money, actually, because, again, she usually doesn't get good odds, so when she's winning, she's paying big. You see, this is how I wish New Earth would get out. She gets out so crap. I didn't mean to say so crap, like I said crap because we bumped the horse. She gets out so well every time. And really quick to the front. I feel like New Earth is still slow to get to the front. Despite the fact that they have like the same braking rating. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah. I cannot believe she won that other dirt race. That's really crazy, man. Didn't mean to bump. That could have ruined us. That really could have ruined us. Now she's in the yellow. Gosh darn it, man. I should have just kept her where she was. I don't even know why I moved like that. Well, she's still doing... Gosh, she's finishing pretty well on the dirt. Yeah, it's a... Gosh, that could have been a win. That could have been another win. Could you imagine? Like, she's doing pretty darn well on the dirt. It's really like, wow. It's kind of throwing me off. I mean, but I'm happy. Like, gosh, she's finishing on a surface in better form than I expected. So, like, I can run her on turf or dirt depending on what's available. And I'm gonna keep again. I'm gonna keep on doing it until I officially feel like it's ready to retire her, because she's actually quite fun to ride on now. Not to say she ever wasn't, but like, again, she's well past her prime, but she seems to be in better form than she ever was. I don't understand it. And it could just be that I've just gotten more comfortable with her and I just kind of know how to run her to the best of my ability on most cases. So maybe that's helping obviously quite a bit, but still, it's like she's competing still pretty well, even if it's only opens or grade threes. Like, she's past her prime, people. She really shouldn't be doing this well still, and she's not like a super horse. So the fact that this is like a rare time where like a horse that's just an average horse is still doing so well past their prime. I don't get that a lot. That's a given on any like really strong horse. You know you're going to be able to run them years past their prime, but on an average ranked horse, that's unusual. So it's kind of nice, and she's helping us still. So of course I'm all for it. We rarely get races where we actually get to run off of turn 4 like that. So let's see how Scabbard's Speed can try to take advantage of it. She's got a nice run here. She's got a nice run. Oh, she's closing. She's closing. Not going to be in time, but still top 3. Hey, the consistency is banging right now, and that's all I care about, people. This consistency is fantastic. It's what we need, and it's still pushing us towards our goal. Let's go. Man, that's wild. Ranked down, gosh. Just as quickly as she ranked up, she ranks down for finishing in 5th. That's ridiculous. This game is so cutthroat, man. It is unforgiving. Can I get the last race done with New Earth? Alright, let's get this last race done with New Earth. Just going to save, and then we'll be done. So, yeah, like I said, hope you guys have enjoyed. For what it's worth. It's been a weird episode, hasn't it? It's been really weird. But I think mostly good, because things actually have turned out better than I expected. It's just taking longer to get to breeding, which I want to do as much as anybody else. But, again, you see what I'm working with. This is what we just have to do. But it's going to be worth it. It's always worth it, is it not? It's always worth it in the end. Just got to be patient. New Earth, up into grade 2. Not the favorite. Eager Buster, the other horse I was going to get. The gray. Remember, this is the horse I was looking at. That was the S-ranked horse. If we beat him, I made the right call in not picking him up and instead acquiring New Earth. Now we got to get a good start. Come on, dude. Get out. Best start he's had. Yes, that is what we need. Like every time, dude. Every time. You're a front runner. You got to get a good start. You got to establish the lead. Sending him right to the rail. And let's see if we can hold this. Yep. This is our race to win. Are you behind me? I think he's right behind me. Yep. Of course you're right behind me. Of course you are. 6 furlongs already left to go? What type of track is this? It looks like we're just going to run straight into the woods. Oh my gosh. Not gonna lie, that kind of freaked me out for a second. Of course, I knew we weren't, but like for maybe a millisecond, I did think, okay, is this like a glitched track and like it just you run off into the woods and just end back up on the straight? Oh, we were on the back stretch. Looked like we were already on the home stretch. That was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna go yet. Okay, now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna go. Pull away. Pulling away here. Yeah, Eager Buster has no answer. And that horse is ranked a catalog higher than us, so did I make the right choice or what? Did we make the right call or what? Holy crap. That game glitching like completely changed the course of where we were going. For the most part. I still think we would have gotten there, but gosh, I feel like I've just figured out so much more now. And like things have just kind of fallen into place a lot better. Yeah, smoked that dude by 2.5 lengths. Couldn't even keep up. That's what I was talking about. Sometimes those like, more expensive or high ranked horses are not even worth it. Like the game is just overselling them unnecessarily. Smoke that horse, get the win. What an acquisition. Look at our money, 74K. We're only 26,000 away now from being back at basically 100K. I told you it wasn't going to take that long, and we're only in August. We could still get back to 100K before this year is over because everybody is still doing so well. It's incredible. This is working out so much better than I expected. And I'm excited because I realize now this is going to put us closer to our goal, and eventually we will start getting the super horses, and then we can start doing the really big international grade ones in this game that I really haven't had the chance to do. And try to obviously, win the Dream Series, which I'm assuming is in this game, like it is. I mean, if it's in the first one, it has to be in this one. I don't know what it's about, so that'll be exciting. Like, there's still a lot of things I don't know and I haven't seen in this game. So I would just be excited to get there and for you guys to be along for the journey. That's going to do it. I appreciate your love and support, officially. And always on this channel, this is the outro because I already did it after the game glitch, but I'm so glad I didn't stick to that. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be back to more horse racing gaming content soon. Until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. I'm going to have a fantastic day. We'll see you later. Goodbye.